In this Building Blocks of Learning video, I will be discussing what reinforcement is and how to figure out what your child finds to be reinforcing. Understanding and using reinforcement properly and correctly is critical to helping your child learn new skills. But what is reinforcement exactly? Reinforcement is simply providing or removing something from your child because he or she engaged in a particular behavior. And in the future, that behavior is more likely to occur because of the reinforcement. We will only discuss positive reinforcement, which is the most effective kind. You probably already have a good idea of the items, toys, and activities that your child enjoys. This is a good place to start when determining which positive reinforcers can be used to shape desired behaviors in your child and to teach your child new skills. Does your child always gravitate toward a certain stuffed animal? Do they enjoy playing with bubbles or watching a particular cartoon? Maybe they can't get enough of playing with your iPad, like most children these days. These items can be used to increase the behaviors you would like to see, such as trying new foods and using words to communicate versus continuing problem behaviors like refusing new foods or using tantrums to communicate. When thinking about reinforcers, ask yourself this question: would you want to play with the same game over and over every day? Maybe you just played with your friends for hours and you don't want to play anymore. If someone offered to play that game with you right now for completing a task, would you? Probably not. And your child is no different. Preferences change and your child can become bored with the same reinforcers over time. It is important to understand your child's most preferred items and reserve those only for when training new skills or when we're teaching alternatives to problem behavior. But how do you identify those things? You must assess your child's preferences. You want to find out which items or activities your child prefers at the time of the assessment. There are several ways to do this, and they will vary depending on your child's developmental level. I'm going to describe some general guidelines for different levels. Start by gathering a few items that your child plays with regularly, or items you think they may enjoy. Focus on either toys and activities or food, but try not to combine this. Try not to use food as a reinforcer whenever possible.
You're sitting so nicely. Can I have a high five? Oh, man. Hands down.
Okay.
Good job listening. Pick one. Oh, wow. The dinosaur ball. Is that a knife? Can I see it? It's an eye. Oh, wow. My turn. Good sitting. Hands down. Pick one. The magnets. I love those. You can build stuff. All right.
Can I have an art square?
Here. Look. My turn. I'll give back to you. Do you want this one?
The green one is the top.
All right. Oh, man. Nice choice. Yeah. Good job, Piper. My turn.
This is all flat like a pancake.
Thank you for listening. Give me five.
Can
Can I give a five? Oh, man. Oh, you missed it. Good job. Oh, wow. You're so strong.
If your child is younger or at a lower functioning level and unable to focus on more than one item at a time, you may be able to determine some preferred items by presenting items to your child and seeing whether they approach the item or not and how long they spend with it. Try several times with the same item and present them in different order. The item that is selected most and for the longest gives you a good idea of what your child prefers. For children who are able to focus on multiple items, you can do a multiple choice preference assessment. Arrange all of the items in front of your child and ask them to pick one. When they choose, remove the other items and allow your child to play with the chosen item. After a couple minutes, retrieve that item and represent the unchosen items and ask them to pick again. Repeat this until all the items have been chosen. This will give you a good idea of how your child ranks their preferences of these items that can be used as reinforcers. Well, this can seem complicated at first. It gets easier the more you practice, so keep trying. Try practicing with a loved one or partner to hone your skills before trying it with your child. So now that you know some items that your child prefers, what's next? You should not allow your child to access the highest ranked items freely, and it should never be given when your child is engaging in problem behavior. Make sure they do not have free access to those items when they are with others, such as family members or at school. You want to keep the value of the item high. Think of these preferred items as you would think of money. If you had a lot of money all the time, you would probably not be interested in working for $1. Keep the value of your preferred items high. Now it's time to answer the important question. Will this preferred item act as a reinforcer? Well, there is a difference. We may prefer an item, but that doesn't always mean we will complete work for it. You need to test it. Work with your child to complete a relatively simple task that you have seen them complete in the past, but that they don't like to do, such as stacking cups or sorting objects. Help them if needed by using hand guidance or prompts. Provide the preferred item upon completion and allow them to play with it. Then ask them to complete the task again. Do they complete the task more quickly, more independently? If you ask again, will they continue to work for the item or complete more work for the item? For example, stacking the cups 2 or 3 times before getting access to play with the item. If so, you have discovered a reinforcer. Be sure to remember that preferences and reinforcers change over time. You should reassess for preferences when you begin teaching your child a new skill so that you can maximize your success. Please be sure and watch the other building block videos so that you and your child can both have a successful and less stressful experience.